What is good, Mexit planners? Travel from the Rivera Maya to Merida, Mexico is about to get so much easier. And I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about taking the Maya train that's coming within the next 100 days in this video. Let's get it. The Maya train is the largest infrastructure project in Mexican history, employing more than 114,000 workers in 5 states and costing 500 billion pesos or $29 billion at a 17-to-1 exchange rate, which is 3 times the initial projected cost of the project. The Maya train is the signature project of the AMLO presidential administration. The train Maya or Maya train will revolutionize transportation and the economies of the southeast of Mexico. The construction has already generated more than 114,000 jobs. Still, the Maya train project is expected to have a more considerable impact of over 1,715,000 to 945,000 jobs from now until 2030. The Maya train will transverse 5 states: Tabasco, Chiapas, Campeche, Yucatan, and Quintana Roo. It will cover more than 1,554 kilometers or just under 1,000 miles. And it will connect more than 40 municipalities and 188 towns. The Maya train will have 34 stations and many more stops. The 7 sections of the Maya train include Section 1, which is from Palenque in Tabasco to Escarcega in Campeche. That section has a total of 228 kilometers. Section 2 of the Maya train is from Escarcega to Calquini, which is 235 kilometers, and both of those stations are in the state of Campeche. Section 3 of the Maya train is from Calquini to Izamal, which is from Campeche to the state of Yucatan, and it has a distance of 172 kilometers. It's within the 172 kilometers of the Calquini to Izamal section that the station for Merida, which is at Tella, will be located. There will also be stops in the city of Mashkanu, in the city of Uman, and Tixcacao. Now, Section 4 is probably the most popular section of the Maya train, and that's going to be from Izamal, Yucatan to Cancun Airport in Quintana Roo. Section 4 is 257 kilometers and has stations at Chichen Itza and Valladolid. Section 5 of the Maya train will probably be the most transversed by tourists. Is going to be from Cancun all the way down to Tulum, and that's 121 kilometer distance. And it's going to have many stops in between, like Playa del Carmen and others along the way. Section 6 of the Maya train project will cover from Tulum to Chetumal at a distance of 287 kilometers. In Section 7 of the Maya train, the final section of the Maya train will be from Chetumal all the way over to Escarcega in Campeche. So Chetumal and Quintana Roo over to Escarcega and Campeche, and that section is the final loop of the train. Now, the Maya train will connect the major archaeological sites of Chichen Itza, Palenque, Uxmal, Tulum, and others. The Maya train will also connect the airports of Cancun, the newly constructed airport of Tulum, which is expected to be open in December of 2023, the airport of Chetumal, and the airport of Merida, making it easier to fly into one area and leave from another. The Maya train will make quickly accessible the Caribbean beaches and the beaches of the Gulf Coast of Mexico. Now, you may be wondering, how fast can the Maya train travel? With a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour or about 100 miles per hour, the Maya train is expected to be able to cover the entire route in less than 10 hours. All right, now I know all of this sounds super exciting, so when is it coming? Well, President AMLO, the governor of Yucatan, and many other dignitaries conducted a field test on September 1st from the sections that go from the Campeche stations all the way to the Cancun airport. The ride was the first manned trip led at very, very low speeds of 30 kilometers per hour due to issues discovered during the test. This type of testing will continue over the next few months, with the president being unsatisfied with the speeds of the initial test, planning to return on October 1st for his monthly inspection to ride the train at higher speeds. The announced inauguration date of service is December of 2023, so there's no specific date that they've announced. So the Maya train project is set to be operational to the public in its first phases in the next 100 days. Whether that date is December 1st or December 31st is yet to be announced, but based on the report that I saw from FONATUR, which is the company responsible for the train, it looks like they're shooting for a date of December 21st, but there are no official announcements made. So what will the train cost? Fares for the Maya train will be based on the distance traveled and will be around 2.32 pesos per kilometer for Mexican nationals and almost double that at 4.35 pesos for foreign tourists. For example, the distance from Cancun to Tulum is 121 kilometers. Therefore, it will cost about $30 US, which is 121 kilometers times 4.35 pesos at an exchange rate of 17 to 1. Getting from Merida from the Cancun airport will cost about $67. There will also be discounts for students, older adults, and people with disabilities. The big question for most immigrants to Merida, Mexico is whether or not the national rate will be extended for temporary and permanent residences in Yucatan. My best guess to the answer is based on my experiences with pricing at the archaeological sites at Chichen Itza and also Uxmal, where they have pricing tiers based on Mexican nationals and foreigners similar to that of the Maya train. At these locations, residents of the Yucatan receive the Mexican national rate plus a discount for being a resident of the Yucatan. So hoping that the same logic applies to the Maya train, in that case, temporary and permanent residents will receive the same price as Mexican nationals. Let's hope this logic holds true. So what are the types of services of the Maya train? There will be 3 types of services of the Maya train, and forgive my pronunciations because the names are in Mayan. Shinball is a basic service with lots of local stops. Shinball will cost 50 pesos for Mexican nationals and has panoramic windows, business class, and standard seats with a small coffee cafeteria. Hanal, which is the next step up, includes a coffee shop and better seating. Payatal is the luxury car for long distances with dining cars, reclining seats, and sleeper cabins with private bathrooms for longer stretches. So how will the Maya train change the Yucatan Peninsula? Well, the Maya train coming to Merida promises to bring millions of international tourists to this fantastic city. Today, Merida is a tourist destination mainly for Mexican nationals. Only a fraction of the millions of folks who visit Cancun make it this far west. Most international visitors come to Merida by the few cruise ships that dock during the week. So the ability to get to Chichen Itza, Valladolid, Izamal, and Merida by train will transform international tourism to the state of Yucatan. I am personally super excited about the Maya train because travel to Merida is about to get so much easier. Today, at the publishing of this video, it takes no less than 7 hours to get from Atlanta, Georgia. Depending on the route I fly, it could take up to 12 hours. With the Maya train, I can take the train to Cancun in less than 2 hours, then catch a direct flight to Atlanta, potentially cutting the trip to as little as 5 hours. The Maya train will also enable people living in Merida to visit many more international destinations from Cancun. A significant advantage of using the Maya train to and from Cancun is going to be the significantly lower fares in the competitive market of Cancun. My wife routinely flies to Atlanta on Frontier for a round trip of about $120. So I'm super excited because in the next 100 days, it's going to be possible to take the La Tram system in Merida to Parque La Plancha, then transfer to the Tella train station of the Maya train all the way to Cancun Airport. A final benefit for the Maya train for the state of Yucatan is it's also going to have tracks for cargo. Freight trains running on a second set of tracks will start in September and carry loads from Tabasco to Cancun. Today, most of the goods that reach Yucatan are by truck on the interstate. The addition of freight trains will make getting goods to the Yucatan much easier. The train will drastically change tourism, the economy, and the accessibility of archaeological sites in major cities on the Yucatan Peninsula and in the entire southeast of Mexico. I believe that this will be the first of many train projects to connect the rest of Mexico. For more information about the transformational transportation projects coming to the Yucatan, check out this video over here. And until next time, MexitPlans Monty, Hamoo!